Hey Aries, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for November 11th, 2025. This is for Aries. Last shuffle coming out for Aries. Let's see what's going on here. Um, so Aries off the top, I feel okay. So back and forth, yeah, in the honoring path. Some of you may be back and forth about your image. Not saying you're like egotistical. That's not what's coming out as like not an egotistical image, but more of one where you don't really express your true feelings. You may just keep everything kind of professional. Lots of cards just fell. It feels like half the deck fell, but I'm going to check. But it feels like you have options in front of you, right? Some of you, you may be back and forth about maybe I should just walk away because I see spirit saying you need to have a conversation. Doesn't It's not about the person. It's just about the words that need to be expressed. Because it feels like if you're stagnant or stuck in anything, it has a lot to do with the fact that you may suppress your feelings. You may not let out how you truly feel about anything. I mean, of course, I'm not necessarily, it depends on what fell. Um, Let me make sure. It felt like half the deck. It hit my leg and felt like hard core. Like I fell hard. Yeah, it felt like heavy, but it wasn't. It was just, oh, okay. I see three cards. Actually, four. Okay. Just had to make sure. Had to get my flashlight out because it's dark under there. And yeah, this is about like-minded people around you. Okay, I see like-minded people around you. You have the King and Queen of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune that falls out. It feels like you come to sudden epiphanies in this conversation. This does definitely look like speaking to people. Like you're talking to people, and normally what you might do is you might suppress your feelings and just talk about the weather. You may only discuss things in passing. You may make sure the conversation stays sort of short so that you could just keep moving. But then the moving, you may feel like you're losing momentum. You may feel sort of a creative block, like writer's block or some sort of blockage, like I can't come up with anything new. They're saying that spirit's going to guide you. You'll know, you'll feel it. Trust the feeling and communicate. You may need to unplug. Like this is not necessarily a communication like this on social media. This is like a one-on-one, and it feels like this conversation inspires you to continue to create. If you feel that you're experiencing creator's block, some kind of blockage in your creative juices, you want to do like use like amber. And amber could be the color that it could be the name of the person that's around you. You don't even realize that that's their name. They just, oh, what's your name? Amber. Um, it could be that, or it could be the actual stone. You know, the sap that the tree sap that hardens into stone. You could use that. Like wear it, use the incense resin, which is quite powerfully, it's powerful and strong. You could use that, right? Burn it on like a little round charcoal disc in a like a safe dish, right? I think there's like some ceramic dish that you could use for this, all right? Something fire retardant. Um, so you would want to do that to help open up some kind of creative energy. I mean, anything works, right? Anything helps, anything, right? Because they want you to know that your thoughts become your reality. If you keep your feelings suppressed, you keep them in, it affects your thoughts and it affects everything. So you're keeping in your feelings, so therefore your thoughts also are kept under a lid. And so all the ideas that are crying out to be released are just there. I feel that for a lot of you, with the Two of Wands, Eight of Cups, right, Seven of Pentacles, and Four of Wands, that you're back and forth. Like if it's not pleasant, you don't want to speak, right? If it's not like some pleasantry, what's the point? And I feel like you walk away from certain conversation before it reaches the point. So you may change the subject. You may try, focus on getting busy, staying busy. But now you know what I mean? It's like a bunch of busy work, but there's nothing new being produced. So that's what I'm seeing in that. I feel that for many of you, especially too, in relationships, like if it's a romantic connection, you may already be connected to a soulmate, if that makes any sense. Say you're not in a romantic connection and you're just like, I don't know why, but I just can't date just anybody. Like I used to just be able to date people or meet people and just go along with it. Now you may be holding off, feeling like you're waiting for someone. And it's mostly because some of you may have connected with a soulmate. Now, if you feel blocked in that arena, like I felt blocked in love, you're already connected to this person in spirit, and you want to start aiming a lot of your thoughts into, towards, I want to meet this person that for some reason my spirit makes me wait for, because it feels like you're in unrequited love connections, or you've been in unrequited love connections. That might be the reason. If you're in one now, it's like, oh, well, I don't know why, but there's not enough going on in this situation to keep it going. Like, I don't know, something is missing heavily. Start believing that you have a soulmate, though, first. Like, start believing, I do have a soulmate. Maybe this person is the soulmate, but I'm not open to that idea. Therefore, I'm suppressed, and I'm not even expressing anything to this person. I'm not even talking to them. I'm keeping everything short and simple. And if it's not fun, if it's not pleasant, I'm not speaking. And so that may be an issue there. I'm just throwing that out there because that's what I'm getting. The honoring path with the Page of Wands and Five of Swords. This talks about an intention of making sure that everything that you do is like you win no matter what. And it feels like you won't take action unless it's something that you're assured win, like there's an assured win to it. And you may be coming off, I don't think so, and I'm not saying that, but you may be coming off, because I'm getting off of people or a person, that you come off as like self-centered or egotistical. Like, you're not going to do it unless you win. You're not even going to attempt it unless it's going to be successful. And I don't think that of you at all. I feel that everyone wants success in life. Everyone is somewhat of a proverbial gold digger. Every single person. Most of us, we're not doing something for nothing, right? Not everyone at all, right? You do something for a reason, even if it's a noble reason. You still want something noble out of it, regardless, right? You feed the hungry so that they are fed, right? So you still want that. There's always something that you do, period, because you're looking for a certain outcome, a desired outcome. So there's something here about a person going, oh, Aries won't even do it unless they're going to win. Isn't that why you're doing it too, Aries people? The people that are surrounding Aries. I'm sorry, I get all wound up over stuff sometimes, and I'm like, think about it hard. Think harder about this before you judge, before you put it out there. Think harder. The Angels of the Four Directions, right? We have the Hierophant and Page of Cups. This is telling me that you know that you should be happy in something. Like, it feels like you should be busy and happy going about the work that you feel you're meant to do, or that you should just be, whatever it is that you're doing in your space, you should be happy with. And Angels of the Four Directions are typically healers. This is a particularly healing and uncovering of untapped potential, or maybe like blessings in disguise in this situation. That's typically what these particular ones do. Angel number 555, well, 5555, actually, that's the number that I'm seeing, is a number of clarity. And it's a number where they're trying to get you to see that you're not a victim, but you're benefiting from the circumstances around you. You may feel somewhat victimized by the lackluster connections that you have. Um, you may feel there's somewhat of a victimization, like, why do I have to communicate these things? This person should just know, or people should just know. Obviously, I wouldn't be happy with this. Obviously, this would not work. Obviously, this is a bad idea. I mean, how do they not know that kind of thing, too? But Spirit's saying that they're doing this on purpose to you, because they are saying that, life would be so boring if you didn't have these ups and downs, these bumps in the road, which is ridiculous. Spirit's like, it would have been boring, so we added some turbulence. Um, Listen, everything is working out for the best. Okay, I feel that you're setting about, well, you're accomplishing what you set out to accomplish. You may not see it just yet, right? Angels are trying to show you too that with little effort, as long as you're following your internal blueprint, with every little effort, you're reaping some level of reward. Something is building, or something is accumulating. The loving woman is Queen of Pentacles and Four of Swords. Now, this is not gender specific at all, but this person has multiple priorities, right? I feel that this is someone who feels trapped and has multiple priorities. This would be, it's not even just a woman. It doesn't have to be a gender. This could be a working parent who is, they're focused on something else. They may feel trapped in this situation, maybe with you. Like I have to be, you know, you're a priority, but you're not the top priority. Maybe my children are, or my job is, my career choice, my business. You two think alike, but there's not enough in the situation to keep it going without a level of opening up. But more, not opening up in a way where it's like it's about me, I, but more of like, this is where I'm at. Like without social, I don't think that you follow social media. Like you're not hopefully you're not one of the, like a podcast, like you're taking the podcast and then you're like applying it, but then you have no independent thought. I don't, it's good to listen to podcasts, don't get me wrong, but there also should be some independent thought for some people. I noticed that some people are, um I can't really say that because I listen to them too. I listen to some and I don't adopt what they're saying, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting, food for thought. But um they're wanting you to unplug from all kind of like any kind of a media outlet or anything like that, and focus on on you and what you're trying to communicate, if that makes sense, regardless, like without being a talking head, if you will. No disrespect to any podcast. Some of them I'm like, don't listen to this. You know, like I understand because you appeal to the popular thought, but it's wrong. You know, it's like, come on, think about that in real time. And I don't think that that's what you're doing, but that's what Spirit's bringing up. So I don't know who that's for. To just to allow, like, have one-on-one conversation. I feel that you'll be very inspired by this, and it'll wake you up to some degree where you're like, oh my gosh, that concept, I needed that in order to push this project along. Now I'm able to do XYZ. They want you to say my thoughts become my reality, because you want to make sure that if you're going to take advice from someone else, that you admire them and there's something about them that you want in your life. And the part that you want in your life, you'd want to, you know, listen, but they're asking you to pour out your heart, to speak, to really talk, right? Express your expectations, express what those are. I hope that makes sense. This feels so all over the place. Jeez. So you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. I'm seeing Libra, Gemini, Capricorn, Taurus, Leo, another Aries, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. That seems like all the signs are here except for Aquarius. So, yeah. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.